The vanishing of Emily Carter, the kidnapping that shook Ohio. It started like any other Tuesday in the quiet town of Cedarville, Ohio. 25-year-old teacher Emily Carter left her classroom at 4:15 p.m., waving goodbye to her students with her usual warm smile. But within 20 minutes, she vanished without a trace. No witnesses, no signs of struggle, just a missing car and a phone that stopped ringing. And the horrifying truth behind that disappearance would take investigators on a 2-year hunt through lies, obsession, and betrayal. Emily Carter was the kind of person everyone in Cedarville adored, bright, patient, and passionate about helping children with learning disabilities. She had recently been engaged to her college sweetheart, Mark, and was planning a summer wedding. On March 6, 2018, she left the elementary school where she taught 2nd grade, heading toward her apartment just 10 minutes away. But Emily never made it home. When she failed to answer calls that evening, her fiancé grew worried. By nightfall, her car was found abandoned near a wooded trail just 2 miles from the school. Inside were her purse, keys, and lesson plans, but not Emily. Detective Sarah Lopez, a seasoned investigator with the Cedarville Police Department, took charge of the case. The first 48 hours turned into a frantic search. Volunteers combed the woods, drone scanned a nearby river, and police interviewed everyone in Emily's life. The investigation revealed no enemies, no break-ins, no signs of a struggle, but one piece of surveillance footage, captured by a gas station camera, changed everything. Just minutes after Emily was last seen, a white van was spotted following her car. Its plates were obscured. Weeks turned into months, and still no sign of Emily. The town held vigils, and social media exploded with theories, from human trafficking to a targeted abduction. But behind the noise, Detective Lopez never stopped digging. In early 2020, a breakthrough came from an unlikely source, a traffic stop in Dayton, Ohio, 60 miles away. Police arrested Daniel Hayes, a 34-year-old mechanic, for unrelated charges. Inside his van, investigators discovered traces of DNA, later confirmed to be Emily Carter's. Hayes, a neighbor who lived just 3 blocks from Emily's apartment, had been quietly obsessed with her for months. He attended her school events, left anonymous gifts, and even followed her to work. When confronted with the evidence, Hayes initially denied involvement until investigators discovered a hidden room in his property. Inside that room, police found items belonging to Emily, jewelry, photos, and a piece of clothing she wore the day she vanished. Hayes eventually confessed. He had abducted her that afternoon, driven her to his remote property, and kept her captive for weeks. Tragically, Emily died during an escape attempt, a fact Hayes admitted with chilling detachment. Her remains were found buried behind his home in April 2020, 2 years after she disappeared. The community of Cedarville was devastated. Emily's mother, Laura Carter, spoke tearfully in court. Emily was more than a victim. She was a daughter, a teacher, a light in so many lives. And that light was stolen. Daniel Hayes was convicted of kidnapping, murder, and unlawful imprisonment and sentenced to life without parole. Detective Lopez called it the most haunting case of her career, but one that reaffirmed the power of persistence and community. Today, Emily's school runs an annual scholarship in her name, helping students pursue education, the dream she never stopped believing in. This case reminds us that monsters don't always hide in the shadows. Sometimes they live just down the street. What would you do if someone you loved vanished without a trace? And how far would you go for justice? Backhand Index Point Right, share your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe to True Crime Files X for more stories that reveal the darkness behind everyday lives. Remember, behind every file is a life.